Today has been an extremely scary day for crypto. Bitcoin back to 64,000, Ethereum back to 3,100, and there's a lot of fear in the markets. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you one thing. I personally have found that the index funds, or let's just say stocks overall, are also having an extremely bad day right now as it stands, with a lot of the major stocks that we love being down significantly from their higher points of earlier. Take a look at, for example, Microsoft, right? You can see the little chart, you can see how the price has performed over a little while. And like I said, cryptocurrencies overall are also not, I would say, doing too crazy bad, but because Ethereum is down like 10% in a day, I think that crashed the entire market. Because I mean, 10% down for something as huge as Ethereum is a whole lot of money. And it went from, I think, like almost maybe above 3,500 to right now 3,100. And actually, funny enough, XRP is handling it quite fine and is still, out of all these cryptocurrencies here, actually the winner of the week. Regardless of that, guys, I'm doing something interesting here. If this video gets to 1,000 likes today, I'll give 5 people 1 Solana. Because I just want to see how dedicated y'all are. And honestly, last year I made a budget for giveaways, but we've been doing not so many. Anyway, in terms of news, things are really interesting. But let's preface this by saying, if you are afraid right now, I made a video yesterday talking about the easiest way to trade crypto. Watch it. It's 25 minutes. Let me quickly see here. It's called the Ultimate Crypto Trading Strategy for Massive Profit in 2024. Just posted it a few hours back. Because if you're fearful, just watch that video. It'll teach you everything you need to know about the basics of all this crypto trading when it comes to the bigger swings. Because ultimately, that's what's happening right here. We are witnessing a massive swing. I'd personally say gold and the traditional markets are setting a precedent for crypto here, but also we just got ourselves the Ethereum ETF. This is hard to see. Here we go. And even though there was inflows, even yesterday, there was good volume, not really inflows though. To squash the numbers here, we had ourselves the first day with some pretty significant inflows of 106 million. The second day here with pretty significant outflows, but that's mostly because right now, you can see the first day here as well, right? You can see just how much has exited from Grayscale, and just today again, how much has been exiting. So even though the others are buying like crazy, or at least they're trying to, Grayscale has got a lot that they're still trying to push out there. And so just like, and that's what we're talking about here, with the Bitcoin ETFs, let me quickly show you actually, it's a matter of time. To put that into perspective, here Evan put up something. A while back when the Bitcoin ETFs came along, because you can see in this area the Bitcoin ETFs launched, everybody was afraid that it was a failure because prices went down. But pretty quickly afterwards, Bitcoin went from $38,000, right? Because I guess it launched at 49. It went all the way down to $38,000. And then over the next, I'm going to say like month or two, the price went all the way above 70. So the price basically doubled over the next, let's say 3 months. Or to have a slightly more beautiful overview, you can see down 20% as the ETF launched, even though the day itself was a pump, just like with the Ethereum ETF. But I'm going to say a few weeks afterwards, again, a bottom that was reached and the price just went crazy. So in this instance, which is why I said, check out my video about the Ultimate Crypto Trading Guide, because I cover this. If you're just patient enough, if you're able to wait through this dark, annoying little first dip of sorts, which again did not have to happen, but right now we got slightly unlucky with a very, very negative stock market here. You can see it's bad, all right? It's actually really quite bad. It's quite historically bad. I mean, like $1 trillion was wiped out. It was a lot, okay? It was a whole lot. And I'd say part of it could have also been Mt. Gox, as a lot of the older clients now received their Bitcoin, so that might aid to a little bit of the additional selling pressure. But I still, as of this point, believe it is just Grayscale's Ethereum fund cashing out. And because there's a minus on Ethereum, the others are falling too. To put that into perspective, in the past 24 hours, Grayscale transferred $500 million, 140,000 Ethereum to Coinbase Prime, and received 4,000 Ethereum from Coinbase Prime with a net outflow of 135,000 ETH. According to Grayscale's website, Grayscale currently holds 2.5 million Ethereum at $8 billion. And again, like with the Bitcoin fund, a lot of these guys have been stuck for a while. They want to switch to these other providers, but it's going to take them some time to do so. And here's the kicker. In the background, everything's crazy positive. One piece of news, the Swiss creator of ProtonMail, if you don't know ProtonMail, what if you've been doing on the internet? One of the most famous mail services, launches a self-custody Bitcoin wallet. So some people are afraid because right now your email could then be attached to your wallet. So that's kind of a little bit privacy iffy. But the idea that they're making this a possibility, in my opinion, also showcases where we're going to in the near future. Everybody is connected to crypto in some way, shape, or form. Future is getting closer and closer nearly every day. I mean, Ferrari just made an announcement that you can buy your Ferraris with crypto in other places now too. I think in Europe they just opened it up. But we're also seeing, like this article right here, that these different Web 2 type of platforms are now opening up to it. Again, you can always keep denying it, but it's just keeping on growing. That's again why I recommend you guys to watch the previous video that I've made. All the way back in 2013, there's an article, the Winklevoss twins want you to invest in Bitcoin, don't. You don't really hate the legacy media enough. In July 2013, the price of Bitcoin was 90 bucks. Today, the price is 68,000. That's a return of 755 times in 11 years. It's tragic that some people still actually read this stuff and take it seriously, and I definitely do agree. Now, if you're asking me, Dusty, what's the next big narrative? For some reason, it seems to be that the market right now is looking at Solana as the next little witch to hunt, in actually a positive way. I know a witch hunt might sound negative, but if you see it from the perspective of the hunters, it's a whole lot of fun, I reckon. See? Perspective matters. So DeFi Squared, one of the best traders that I know, officially one of the best individual traders in the world. If you don't know, you don't know. He's not the biggest of people, but definitely one heck of a trader. So when he speaks his opinion, I do definitely consider it and take it quite seriously. He said today's market move, very obviously instigated by ETH tanking. Aside from Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure Solana is the common sense migration from here. Seems like people are finally questioning its lower valuation relative to ETH in light of it already flipping in most daily metrics. To clarify, I'm just referring to crypto markets, obviously not say ETH affecting equities. While crypto's move down was in part due to equities as well, I'm pointing out that Ethereum compounded the move down today by a significant margin. And I'd agree, yeah. And also, we take into consideration that even though so much of the Mt. Gox Bitcoin came available, and the price actually didn't budge, it actually went up ever so slightly, it makes you realize that really what the normal people think will really hurt the markets big, it does the exact opposite. Let me remind you that everybody was fearing, oh, what if people get their Bitcoin back from Mt. Gox? Oh no, we're gonna cry. Price goes up. Oh, Ethereum ETFs, we're gonna pump. Yeah. Price goes down. It's all a stupid game, and I'm telling you the best way to play it. The best way is not to play it in the sense of, oh, if they say this, do the opposite, because they'll catch you on that. Because sometimes, like with the ETFs here, it's just a little trap. And so you have a slight downward move, but mostly it's still upwards. What we do on this channel, and this, even though it's not financial advice, I recommend to everybody, take a look at what type of trades I open on Bybit, or what type of trades I talk about here. For the most part, I talk about these bigger swings. If you keep buying lower, you will inevitably, in my opinion, right, my own opinion, make crazy sums of money. Now, the reason that works so well is because I do not believe that Bitcoin will go back to $20,000, but I do believe we will go above $70,000. And if that math is mathing up here, it means if I just keep getting myself towards lower and lower average prices, or just keep buying more at whatever price we're at right now, and at some point in the near future, we will be above the all-time high or at the all-time high, then I will make money. The only thing is I have to wait it out until that time, and I have to accumulate as much as possible within that time frame. Anyway, I consider talking for a whole day, but I'm going to say cheerio, or I guess cheerio, because it's been a crazy day in terms of liquidations. But ultimately, guys, this space keeps on growing. If you're not buying, we're not in the same field, all right? I'm going absolutely massive on crypto right now. As we speak, all the news, I'm just sucking it all up, and I think soon it'll reward everybody. But yeah, maybe it's just my stupid opinion though. So maybe make sure if you're getting into all of this that you know what you're doing. Because it's going to be a bumpy ride, all right? I'm going to tell everybody this crypto stuff ain't easy for the faint-hearted. It'll mess up your brain. Every single time you think you're safe, you're not. But ultimately, we'll be up. And that's all that matters if you think about it. As long as you always keep thinking, you know what? At some point in the near future, we'll be up way above where we're at today. It's just a matter of patience and not getting scared out. Take care.